State of the nation, the Katsina state government on Wednesday lamented that the state was under siege by bandits, as we just saw, armed robbers and kidnappers. Governor Aminu Bello Mazari said this, of course, during the ceremony of an extraordinary security meeting in Katsina. The citizens are on daily basis being harassed by bandits and kidnappers that are on rampage in the state. That's according to him. Olatubasu Bolarinwa is the security expert. He joins me in the studios now to analyze this situation. I want to thank you so much indeed for making our time to be with us here.
Thanks very much.
Now, looking at the whole security concern, not just in Katsina state, it all seemed to have started in Zamfara state. We had the same kind of records of kidnappers, banditry, and those kinds of crime. And those are the same kind of crimes that have been repeated in Katsina state. What is happening?
Okay. I think we will not be charitable to the cause of insecurity if we limit it to Zamfara state and Katsina state. We did not fly here. There has been major kidnapping that shook the world in Chibok. We had another one in Dapchi. There are patches of kidnappings all over the country. So we have robberies. So don't let us try and simplify it to a particular location, otherwise we will be getting it wrong. The problem we have in the country currently is serious insecurity. There is nothing happening in Zamfara or in Katsina state that cannot happen anywhere in the country. And that is the mindset I think we need to adopt to look at it in order for us to get a lasting solution. It is a general problem. The country is facing serious insecurity, namely robbery, kidnapping, banditry, or whatever name you want to call it. Who is doing it? Is it as a result of economic downfall or as a result of laxity from our security operatives?
That's the question. Why are we having this kind of scenario?
Okay, that's just how to rate the type of security chiefs we have in place. A lot of people, and economists will tell you that because the economic situation is bad, crime surge. Yes, they are okay. They say all things being equal, ceteris paribus, we will have good economic and we're going to have this. But in my school of thought, I personally don't want to accept that there is much difference between Boko Haram kidnapping, bandits kidnapping,
Kidnappers
kidnapping. I personally, with my school of thought, I don't want to accept that. Just the way I do not want to accept the difference between Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram. It's either there are two entities or one entity pretending to be the other. We had in the case of Dapchi girls kidnapping that Leah Sharibu escaped for about 3 days, recaptured by the people they call Fulani herdsmen, and they returned her back to the Boko Haram's camp. So if we keep deceiving ourselves about the problem or who is perpetuating it, I think we are far from getting to the bottom of this situation.
But let's concentrate on the latest one, which is in Katsina state.
Okay.
Do you see some kind of correlation between what has happened in Zamfara and what is currently happening in Katsina?
There is correlation. I think the two states are boundary neighboring states to each other, I believe.
They're within the same region, though.
Good. They're in the northwest, right? Okay. We just knew that the northeast has gone up in flame. And we have a serious situation that requires the presence of presidential committee in order to restore that place to habitable location. You see, I've come to this studio severally to say that this is going to spread. And I think the spread is what we are looking at now. I cannot categorically say there is no presence of Boko Haram terrorists in Katsina state or Zamfara state. If this is an additional problem that we have banditry, I don't really know what the bandits are after. Are they after human beings, kidnapping for ransom? Do we have gold, as we speculated in Zamfara state that they are after? If you want to steal gold from those who are mining it, What has the people of the state got to do with it? You understand? These are the questions we need to ask to know whether we have serious criminals that need serious attention, or we should start labeling them and giving them a name and going with the flow.
Let's talk about the Northeast also, since we can also look at this at a broader basis. Some police officers were deployed to the Northeast to fight side by side the military who are out in arms against Boko Haram. What can you tell us? Did the government make a right move in sending the police personnel to fight alongside Boko Haram, the soldiers to defeat Boko Haram?
If I have my way of advising the government, I think it is a wrong move.
Really?
The police are not meant to fight war. They got it right before, when police were being positioned, prepared to restore civil authorities to those zones, and I will go with that. There is difference between prosecuting a war and policing a state.
But do they have different kind of trainings?
For
the military police, for instance.
For the military police, the military police is a different ball game. The argument Nigerian police is putting forward now is the type of hardware training given to their PMF, Police Mobile Force. The police mobile force were not being prepared for war. They were being prepared to back up the conventional policemen wearing blue and black or black and black. In case situation is getting out of hand for them, you move mobile men from a base to quell that situation, then they move back to base. But I don't think they are meant for kinetic war. Where is that done in the world?
Is that suicidal?
It is suicidal. It is suicidal, and we're beginning to get ugly pictures coming already. As it is, the military who are trained to go kinetic against terrorists, there are two things: counter-terrorism and anti-terrorism. Anti-terrorism is strict war of the military, while counter-terrorism is the work of the police to work with the masses, helping them, teaching them, guiding them towards how they can reduce the effect of terrorism on them. If they are saying that they are sending police to the Northeast to restore civil authority from military who are clearing villages and moving to the next villages so that the Boko Haram will not come back and take over the villages that has already been liberated, yes. But if you are saying that you want to say to every 15 military men, you want to attach 6 policemen, it is a recipe for disaster, and it's a matter of time before we start counting body bags. And it is avoidable.
We also had this scenario where the police force has come out to disclaim a certain number of policemen who absconded, having been posted to the Northeast to fight the insurgency alongside with the Nigerian army. But what do you make of that? Is it probable? Because those signals, those radio messages, we understand, did come from a source.
Yeah, when you are put in a position of authority or in a position to defend an authority, sometimes you find yourself between the river and
the devil and the deep blue sea.
And the deep blue sea. And I want to look at whichever officer that is defending those signals or denying those allegations that they are only trying to save their jobs. I don't have access to plenty information, but I know that some police officers did contacted me to tell me the situation as it is out there. And let me tell you one of their grounds. Situation as all the time you are hearing that villages were burnt down, villages were bombed. There is no facility in place to house the police. You don't put policemen out there for insecurity. They need a secure place for their weapon.
Like the
barrack. They need a secure vehicle, not ordinary vehicle. Now, when they need armor personnel carrier to move around town. And this is not in place over there. And until we put this in place, I think sending men into those areas will scare them. The social media has provided a lot of pictures.
That'll be a good place to let it rest. I'm afraid that we have to go now, but I must thank you so much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you very much for coming.
Olatubosu Abolariwa is a security expert, for talking to us here on State of the Nation. And to you for being part of the show, thank you for watching. I'm Yamba Umar. Bye for now.